Talking about a genuine threat to humanity, the Guardian newspaper, which is a genuine threat to humanity, they've had to issue this extraordinary front-page, grovelling lead story apology. I mean, quite extraordinary, apologising for the fact their founder was up to his neck in racism and slavery. The UN responded and said that they wanted the UK government and the royal family now to start grovelling as well. Esther, I don't really get all this. Well, I mean, are we really saying now that in the modern day we have to spend our entire time atoning for the sins of generations and generations ago?
I mean, the only people concerned with this are the ones that can never atone enough. I'm just hoping that I get a cut of the lovely cheque that The Guardian is going to cut black people for their involvement in slavery. Because I never seem to benefit from it. Me and my friends never get money from it, which is very weird. But at the end of the day, you can never atone enough for something like this. The reality is no slavers or slaves are alive today to properly pay reparations to. And it's just kind of a self-defeating argument. But they just keep going on about it.
Kevin, it is quite funny watching The Guardian self-flagellate like this. But there is a wider point. In San Francisco, they're talking about giving $5 million to every black person who lives in San Francisco as reparations for slavery. I don't understand how this could do anything other than create new problems.
Yeah, but I don't think we should be afraid of discussing it and
don't discuss it
and probing into.
But why want all the apologies? What do they do?
Any institution like the royal family or company that dates back to the 19th century, the Guardian, will have profited from exploitation, and it won't just be slaves. It will be people. It will be people in the country.
We're all going to have. You're going to have relatives, and I'm going to have relatives, and you'll probably got relatives, right? Yeah. Everyone's going to have relatives who, at some point, will have employed slaves, right? And then there'll be the question about.
I doubt I have. I think I was on the poor. I don't really get a tiny violin when I was on the poor side of the track. I think we were just.
Yeah, but you don't know, do you?
No. Well. If it's found out, I'll say, oof, they weren't very nice and they were bad.
You owe me 50 quid.
No, but you can.
You do. You owe me money.
I'll make sure you get some dosh. But you can see an institution like The Guardian, right, which takes principled stands, I think has to face up to its history. And because the Scott Trust has a lot of cash, it can begin to make some amends. I think we should applaud it rather than.
I'd like to see The Guardian then handing out a lot of money to people like Esther.
I need to see my bank account very juicy by Monday morning. Or there will be words.
I would love to have been in The Guardian newsroom because they're so sanctimonious. They're all a bunch of woke virtue signalers. And by the way, most of them are stinking rich, right? They've all got about 8 properties and millions of. I would love to have been there when they were told your whole front page tomorrow is a grovelling apology because your founder was a racist slave owner.
In the American Civil War, the Guardian backed the South, the Confederacy, the slave owners. So it shouldn't be a great surprise to those like the Guardian now.
Guys, believe it. Thank you both very much indeed.